Hey Nintendo fans and collectors, this is Lithium017 bringing you my Nintendo E3 predictions. I will not be doing any predictions for PlayStation or Xbox because those aren't my knowledgeable section, I guess, of gaming. I don't really follow that. I don't really follow them that much, so I won't make any predictions about those, and I won't make any real predictions about the 3DS. I'm a home console gamer, not really a handheld gamer. So we'll start with the things that we know, because E3 is less than a week away, so we know a few things, but Nintendo usually keeps a pretty tight seal. So the first thing is, we know apparently that there will be a sequel to the Wii. During this video, I will just show boxes of current games that are out, just to represent the new ones that will be released. So Stream, or Project Cafe, or whatever it will be called, is said to be as powerful as the PS3, with a really cool controller. I do expect them to have some sort of gimmick, like the Wii had motion, the N64 had an analog stick, the SNES was just fantastic, and the NES really saved all of gaming. The GameCube was the first console that was a home console that didn't really have anything unique. The GameCube right there. It was a bit disappointing and lackluster, so I do expect them to have some sort of gimmick, because that's what Nintendo does, just like the 3DS. I do expect their new console to be price point at around $350, because they can make profit on it. And look at the 3DS. They're not going to have a home console just $50 more, I think, than their handheld. So that's what I expect from their console. So now what else do we know is in production? Well, first things first, let's talk about the sequel to Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword. Definitely coming out. Is it coming out on the Wii, or are they going to hold it for their next console? I think, just like Twilight Princess, it's at least being released on the Wii this year. I think it will come out. They need to push for Christmas. So I think look for it to come out maybe October or something like that. Skyward Sword. We know a lot about it already, so not much to say. The next thing that we absolutely know is, whether you knew it or not, there's a new Kirby game being made that's not Yarn. So I guess it's a sequel to the Crystal Shards, or, I don't know, Kirby's Air Ride? Probably not, but probably a sequel to the Crystal Shards. Or a whole new game, obviously, altogether. Not with Yarn. So that's also been announced, so expect to see that at E3. Now, they talked about this, but we haven't seen it yet. There was the 25-year Mario pack that was released for their anniversary, and they announced something for Zelda, and they said we're going to do something special. Won't be the same as Mario, but we haven't seen anything yet. Expect to see something at E3, just because I think they're going to give a lot of fan service and try and support the fans and make them happy with Zelda stuff. So what will it be? I actually have no idea. I thought a compilation set would be cool, but they've already done that on the GameCube a bit, so something new. Now, we apparently, quote-unquote, know that this is in production. The sequel to Pikmin 2, Pikmin 3. When I thought about the Wii, I thought Pikmin 3 would have been absolutely perfect on it. If you want to flick Pikmin, you just flick your Wii Remote. If you want to pick them up, you pick them up with the Wii Remote. So I have no idea what was holding them back. They obviously got into other projects, and maybe they thought they couldn't be as profitable as they wish because Pikmin 2 maybe didn't have as many sales as they wanted. I don't know. So see Pikmin 3 at E3. What console will it be on? I have no idea. We waited this long, so not sure. I would hope it would come out on the Wii, but I doubt it. I also expect the new console to use the Wii Remote with Wii Motion Plus. So the new console will have a choice of Wii Motion Plus remote or their new remote. I don't think they're going to get rid of it altogether. And I really hope it has the GameCube ports, but I doubt that it will. So my next prediction is actually just a shot in the dark, a prayer from left field, just because I'm a fan, but I don't think this will happen at all. Something Earthbound. Give us something Earthbound. There's been Earthbound projects of Earthbound 4 even being made, and Nintendo's not stopping it, which leads me to believe that they will never release a new Earthbound. But if they did, it'd be spectacular. They brought back Kid Icarus. Please bring back Earthbound, even if it's for the 3DS. Next prediction, I somehow don't have this for the GameCube. I don't know how, but F-Zero. It's been a little while. There was no game on the Wii, so why not have one for the Wii or for the next console? Makes an easy option. It's an obvious choice, so I do expect them to have something with it. It's been very successful in the past, all the way back to the SNES. Now, there was a party game on the Wii called Wii Party that took the place of Paper Mario 9, I guess, and the game kind of really lacked some charm that the Mario Party series had. So I do expect them to bring back Paper Mario, sorry, I have Paper Mario on the mind because I was playing it, Mario Party to the series. I hope that they go with a 9 or a 10 eventually, just because it had more charm when Mario was included. Made the game a little bit better, and I hope it uses Wii Motion Plus, because this one did not, and a lot of the games have you doing the same motion. You all know what I'm talking about. Shaking your hand up and down. Another obvious thing that I think Nintendo will do, I don't know if they'll actually show it this E3, but I'm interested, is a sequel to Mario Galaxy 2. I don't have it right now, it's at a friend's, but it makes sense. I don't think they'll do a sequel to the new Super Mario Bros. Wii. They didn't for the DS, so I think they'll make Mario Galaxy 3 or a Mario universe for the next console. They might not be showing it, but they might just do a teaser trailer or something. One can only hope. These are all hopes, I guess, and there's a lot of them. Now, the next thing that absolutely makes sense for the console, with the new console, is to clearly have a sequel to Wii Sports Resort. I think it might just this time come preloaded onto the system rather than you actually have to have a game. But we'll see. It's something else for them to sell later on, so it makes just so much sense. I was thinking, what about Wave Race? Where's Wave Race? Well, obviously Wave Race was in this game, so I don't think they'll produce another Wave Race because now it turned into Wii Sports Resort. So I hope they have something like that. On a little bit of a side note, which isn't really Nintendo, but I do expect Capcom, hopefully, I'm praying, to release another Mega Man game. So they're done Mega Man 9, Mega Man 10. I don't know if they'll go with 11. It would be really cool to see them bring back Mega Man X. So maybe a remake of X, or maybe a Mega Man X9, I believe is the next one to come. So that would be really cool. I believe from Capcom. I was reading an E3 prediction. I don't know what website it was on, so this is not my own idea, but it makes sense for them to have another Animal Crossing. And for them to do something like the PS3 Home or whatever it's called. I don't remember what it's called in PS3, but for them to have some sort of service on the Wii where you can talk to all your friends and see what they're doing and see what they're playing, using Animal Crossing would make a lot of sense. So I think they will try and launch, or close to launch, with an Animal Crossing game for the next Nintendo console. And the next one is pretty obvious choice as well, but I don't know if they'll have it this time around, but a sequel to Mario Kart Wii. Just a thought, this one really disappointed me. They just released the Wii with packed in the game, so I don't know, for $150 by the way, American, even though I'm in Canada, it's the same price. Because they did that, I don't think there's going to be another Mario Kart. I was hoping that there would, but there's going to be one on the 3DS that they're definitely going to show, but I don't think they'll show a home console Mario Kart this E3. And I'll save something really good for last, but I don't have the game on me, but Donkey Kong Country Returns. I lent it to my same friend. So this is Donkey Kong Country, the original. The studio that brought you Metroid Prime 1 and 2 on the GameCube and Metroid Prime Corruption on the Wii brought you the Donkey Kong Country Returns. So they already have the engine made. They didn't do a lot of things in the game, like they didn't have water levels, and they only used Rambi and Squawks, not the other characters. So I really expect them to make a sequel to it, because they already have the engine made. So hopefully we see something like that. Hopefully we see something like a Donkey Kong Country Returns 2, and maybe eventually they can turn it into a trilogy with a third one. There's a lot of money to be made on the Donkey Kong series, as we all know. They're fantastic games. Just really quickly, let me just run over a few more things, but I do not think they'll have a new Star Fox game for the new Wii console, or for whatever it is the new console is, just because they're porting that over to the 3DS, I think Star Fox 64, or they at least announced the new one, so they'd probably save that for the handheld. I also think that Nintendo will have some sort of new character. I know they have that Pandora's Tower game, or whatever it's called, coming out in Japan, that just came out, I think, this month. But I do expect them to maybe have some sort of new IP, some sort of new character, a new game. And my last prediction, I did read this somewhere else as well, but I think it's such a neat idea that I have to use it, and I have to say it. The first part of the prediction is that the 3DS is as powerful as the GameCube, so they're going to start porting over some GameCube games. I know they ported over Ocarina of Time, but I think they're going to start porting over something like Super Smash Bros. Melee. That would be absolutely fantastic. I know the Pokemon games are always handheld console, and the Smash games are always on home console, but for them to port something like Melee, they're not really putting that much work into it. I know they have to make it 3D a bit, but that wouldn't be that hard with a fighting game that's fixed-based. I know the screen, it zooms in, it zooms out, that might be a problem, but that would be absolutely fantastic to have on the 3DS with internet, with proper internet connection. That would be amazing. And then, obviously, the next prediction, and my last prediction, would be a sequel to Super Smash Bros. Brawl. I believe this came out in 2008, so 2012 would make sense, another 4 years. Call of Duty's come out every year, but Nintendo usually, their biggest franchises, they don't. People don't realize, but Zelda only comes out every 4 years, 5 years. Same with Brawl. Same with the main Mario games, maybe every 3 or 4 years. So, Nintendo doesn't pump out games, they just pump out a lot of Mario content. But I expect there to be some sort of Super Smash Bros. Clash or something like that. The clever title to hark back to the Virtual Boy way back when. So I hope the new console would launch with a new Super Smash Bros. Game. That is an instant way for Nintendo to sell millions and millions and millions of consoles. So those are all of my E3 predictions. Bye for now. And I hope everyone has a great week and a great E3. Enjoy the event. Bye.